God has left fingerprints everywhere on this planet, including the Chinese language where Bible stories come alive in ancient Chinese pictographs. Here's the dealio. Chinese is considered the oldest written language in the world, originating not long after the incident in Shinar with the Tower of Babel, in which God scattered the people through the creation of the languages. Certainly some of the people who scattered east would have settled in what is now China, where they then create their written language, and guess what we find when we look at some of their pictographs?
Well, we're waiting.
Well, the Chinese character for a large ship is made up of the words vessel plus 8 plus people, which matches the story of the flood in which we're told 8 people were brought safely through the water.
Yes! Wow.
The word for create is made up from the words walk and talk, but the word talk can be further broken down into the primitive word for living plus dust plus man. And Genesis 2 and verse 7 says that the Lord God formed man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. So the Chinese word for create literally means a walking, living dust man.
Inconceivable!
And after God made man from dust and breathed life into him, he was placed in a garden where he'd be given a companion. And when you break down the Chinese word for garden, it is composed of 5 primitive words: dust plus breath plus 2 people in an enclosure.
Oh man, I feel like wow.
This only scratches the surface, and Chinese missionary C.H. Kane goes into further detail in his book The Discovery of Genesis, along with how successful this teaching method has been amongst the Chinese community. Look, skeptics will try to peg Genesis as a fairy tale of false information, but this is evidence that these stories were well known for thousands of years, because as the Apostle Paul said in Acts 14 verse 17, God did not leave himself without witness.